4.5 to 4.6. Fraction, decimals, and percents. I can convert between fraction, decimals, and percents.
Yes or no, can you?
Yes!
A fraction, a decimal, and a percent are all what, everybody, on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. I like that voice. I like that voice. All right, so number 2, we are converting from a fraction to a decimal. I have given you the process, and I have given you an example for all of these. You guys, how do you convert from a fraction to a decimal?
Divide.
Divide. I'm going to say no more. I mean, duh. Number 3, there are 2 ways to convert from a fraction to a percent. The first way we've been practicing, you can set up a proportion because you know percents are based out of what number?
100.
So if I give you the fraction 1/2, you know if I need to change it to a percent that it has to be something over 100 because percents again are based out of 100. The second thing you could do is a more simplistic thing. You could simply
Divide.
and then
Multiply by 100.
divide and then multiply by 100, which is essentially what you're doing up here. You're dividing and then multiplying by 100, but in a more, I guess, like clear way of showing that. Okay, number 4. We're going from a decimal to a fraction. How do you go from a decimal to a fraction and go?
Read the decimal using place value.
So if I read this decimal, you would read it as?
5/10.
And then 5/10 is written as 5 over 10, right?
Yes.
So now you understand why I want you to read decimals with place value, right?
Yes.
Every single time. Decimals to percents. So once we have our decimal, if we want to convert it to a percent, we multiply it by what?
100.
We multiply it by 100 because percents are based out of?
100.
A percent is 100 parts that make up one whole. Excellent, you guys. This is good. I like this. You're doing very well. So if you are going to multiply by 100 to get from a decimal to a percent, the opposite is to go from a percent to a decimal. So the opposite of multiplication is?
Division.
So to go from a percent to a decimal, you simply
Divide by 100.
by 100. Multiplying by 100 means moving the decimal point 2 places to the
Right.
Dividing by 100 means moving the decimal point 2 places to the
Left.
Number 7, percent to fraction, the most difficult one. When you are reading a percent and want to convert it to a fraction, you read the percent sign as what?
Per 100.
So you would read this as?
50 per 100.
You would read this as?
23 per 100.
You would read this as?
2 3/10 per 100.
So you're reading it as 2 3/10 per 100, but can you have a decimal in a fraction?
No.
So we want to get this decimal point out of here by moving it behind the 3.
Yes.
How do you move a decimal?
Times
We multiplied it by 10 because we had to move it just one spot, right?
Yes.
So if you multiply the top by 10, you multiply the...
Bottom by 10.
So 100 then becomes...
1,000.
And 2 3/10 becomes...
23.
And you would say 2 3/10% as...
23,000.
23 over 1,000. And then the last part here would be taking example number 19 about Samantha's test score and converting fraction decimal percents. And then the last problem is I gave you this percent right here. I gave you 32%, and you guys showed how to convert to a decimal, and you showed how to convert to a fraction.